Hi, this is Osman. I'm a master level energy healer with telepathic capabilities, specializing in terminal illnesses and critical care recovery. I'm also an advanced level yoga and meditation teacher. Be sure to visit my website, yogawellness786.com, for more information on my services. And remember that my treatments are all natural based and not a replacement for medical treatment. If you have a medical condition, be sure to consult with or visit a qualified and licensed medical professional in your locality. So, I wanted to discuss the difference between practicing yoga and not practicing yoga, right? So, when we say yoga, means something simple, something basic, around 15-20 minutes a day, right? Not more than 30 minutes a day. Uh, what is the advantage, you know, of doing this practice? Why should you adopt this practice? So let's compare someone who's just doing some simple yoga practice on a regular, basis. So maybe anything between 5 minutes and 20 minutes a day, right? And which is enough to bring about some substantive benefit. So you practice, yes, you feel a bit calm, a bit together, initially, and you get used to that, and maybe you are more or less, on a calm level, and not the transition is not becoming so apparent, but definitely you're going to feel more calm and centered. And I mean, feeling that, what does that do? I mean, you're feeling a bit calm, you can have a drink and feel calm, right? And actually the drink going to be, you're going to feel even better than doing yoga or meditation. So is there I am convinced and assert that there is a massive positive difference for regular people in your regular life. So what's going to happen is, if you don't do this practice, you'll go through your life normally, and you will more or less remain or do these things. If I come and visit you 10 years later, you're going to be doing more or less the same thing that you was doing about 10 years ago, right? And being on the same level. But someone who was practicing yoga meditation is going to be on a far higher level, intellectually, psychologically, and in terms of career progress or financially as well. You're going to be much more evolved. So let's give a description of myself, right? Because I've been with myself all my life. And just give a 10 year, the last 10 year, right? So I've been self-employed now for 29 years, and if we compare myself to someone that I know who's also a businessman, right, and more is about a year or two, I think a year older than me, or 2 years, 1 or 2 years older than me, and he's also in business. And when I met him again after 10 years, say about 11 years later, right? He was still in business, the same business, and he started to do a few extra things because he needed additional sources of income in order to manage and survive. But he didn't have the type of disposable cash, on levels that someone in business supposed to be having, right? A very small level. I think, he didn't have like 1,800, right? So I was in a situation, I was stuck, and I needed to, borrow some money. I said, I didn't, because I just was traveling internationally and I didn't have access to my accounts and so forth. I needed a few days to be able to transfer it, and needed to make a payment almost immediately, right? In order not to lose, a particular bargain, right? And I thought, nothing. What's 1,800? He's a businessman. He's supposed to be successful. And I contacted him, and he says, no, sorry, he doesn't have. And I said, okay, that seemed a bit surprising to me. And then, I mean, I arranged everything. I was able to sort my funds out, and I was fine, right? And but he remained on that level. And what was my level, right? So I came back and I needed to, incorporate a new company, and I automatically qualified for, because the bank system qualifies you according to your scoring and what the bank, because the banks are very strict, right? They got the algorithms. So I needed to open a private bank account, and it automatically approved me for a private client's wealth account. That's the highest level, in a personal this thing. And in a business account for my company, they automatically gave me the platinum level, which equates to, I would say about, because I said conservatively about $3 million. In the first year, I need to develop it up to, $10 million. It's not a very big business, and maybe $10 million a year seems like a big amount to you, but it's in the field of business. If you want to make billions, 10 million is not even 100 million is a drop in the ocean, right? But starting from scratch, and I know the level, of the particular business. It's each one has got its levels, right? It's designed normally, to go. Like for example, the level of a medical practitioner. Yes, of course, he can earn what he wants. There are a few that can earn, but they're not expected to earn $1 million, a year. So like that, this business not expected to make more than $10 million after 2 years. And the first year I expected to make, I was expecting to make 3 million. So they qualified me automatic, without 1 cent in the account, just through the system. And because they had knowledge of my past activities and so forth, and also in my current activities and what I progress. And I've got major contracts that can put me into a very high level, and it's not easy to get these major international contracts, right, on the international level. And multiple sources of business and connections and so forth, and with a good prospect of scaling to higher business levels, and taking becoming possibly an internationally force to be reckoned with, right? And comparing with the other person is still in the same place. So 10 years prior, I would say, much lower than him, right? From the position I was in, but I had some experience, good experience, in earning well, but not on the level that I earned in the past 10 years, right? And COVID period came and depleted, and affected a lot of business owners, especially small business owners. And I was fortunate that I didn't go into insolvency, right? And I was able to survive, and still manage to salvage some major assets, right? Very big assets, in property, that keeps that shows that I worked for what I've worked for up to this stage. There's no one that I know of that has got that asset value, right? I'm not cash rich, but asset rich. But no one that I know of got those assets, right? And he cannot even dream of that. So the only difference is I'm practicing yoga and meditation regularly. So is it something a coincidence or luck? No, it is normal, because you will scale up. You will not remain on one level. Those who's practicing yoga and meditation, you're going to be going like this, and other people are going like this, and you'll be going like this. You'll only notice 5 years later. You have to notice every 5 years where you are at, right? With just a simple practice. So it's a very long stretch to ask you to try this for 5 years and then to see, because what if there's no no change? What's going to happen, right? It's very rare there's going to be no change, but there is. Different people, depends what you focus on. I focused on developing myself in the business field, right? So maybe you're not focusing on developing anything, right? So maybe you will not develop it. But if you want to develop something, and you want to progress, and you don't practice yoga, you're still going to be like this. But if you're practicing yoga in whatever you want to develop, you're going to be going like that. That's my assertion. So I hope that information helps you.